Erwin Schrödinger was an Austrian theoretical physicist born in 1887 and is considered one of the fathers of quantum mechanics. Schrödinger lived through both World Wars. In World War I, he was commissioned officer in the Austrian fortress artillery. During World War II, he didn't like the whole anti-Semitism thing, so he fled with some Jews to England. He later had problems and threats to his life because of his opposition, so suddenly he denounced his stance against Nazism. He was close friends with Einstein. Einstein was a Jew. He did not like him denouncing his opposition. A year and a half later, Schrödinger wrote a letter to Einstein apologizing, saying he could not be free without great duplicity. So they were tight again. However, Schrödinger regretted denouncing his opposition for the rest of his life. In 1926, Schrödinger came up with his oh-so-famous Schrödinger's equation, which is one of the greatest achievements of the 20th century. He was a definite allurophobe, that is, fear of cats, or at least one can assume so because of the crazy thought experiments he had killing cats. In one experiment, known as Schrödinger's cat experiment, he imagined a cat inside a box. This box cannot be observed from the outside. Of course, if this wouldn't get the SBC riled up enough, he decided to put another contraption in the box to kill the cat. Inside the box would be a radioactive particle that has a 50% chance of decaying and a 50% chance of not decaying in an hour. Also inside the box was a Geiger counter set up to trigger a hammer to fall on a flask of hydrocyanic acid if the particle were to decay. If the particle does decay, the flask will be smashed and the cat will be killed. Someone should have told Schrödinger that the only box you should put a cat in is the box of a YouTube video doing something cute. What's interesting about this experiment is that after an hour, there's a 50% chance of the cat being dead and a 50% chance of the cat being alive. Interestingly enough, when you open up the box, the cat is either dead or alive. However, quantum mechanically, before you open up the box, the cat is both dead and alive at the same time. I guess you can say that quantum mechanically, Erwin Schrödinger is also charged and not charged for animal abuse. This thought experiment was originally meant to be used to show the level of bizarreness of the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics that was widely accepted during his time. It is often thrown around in television shows and movies today, and is still used as a touchstone for quantum interpretations. In 1961, Schrödinger died of tuberculosis, which makes me wonder, if you put a living Schrödinger inside a box with the exact same conditions except a vengeful cat that knows how to use a hammer, do you think he'd be alive and dead in an hour? I think one is more likely than the other.